Hello, everybody. This is Sharonda again. And as I promised, I was going to do another podcast in regards to the topic of Feng Shui. And this is for my podcast, Holistic Health. And so let me proceed with the information that I have pulled up in regards to Feng Shui. So basically, Feng Shui is a it encompasses um how you and not to give my own personal account of feng shui, but it's a Chinese way of positioning things within your home, such as your furniture, and it goes a little farther into direction in terms of the type of home that you purchase and things of that nature. It is believed to be a practice or belief as to harmonious, positive flow of energy by the way you position your furniture and the position of the home as such. Okay, so I'm on a website. It says the Chinese word feng and shui translate to mean wind and water, respectively. It says this concept is derived from an ancient poem and regarding connecting and flowing with the environment around us. So, what is feng shui? Well, it says the philosophy of feng shui is a practice of arranging the pieces in living spaces in order to create balance with the natural world. The goal is to harness energy forces and establish harmony between the individual and their environment. So, it is practiced in the Asian culture with the philosophy of Tao, which translate to mean the way. Taoism is the way of nature, and all the basic principles of feng shui reflect nature. So you have essential principles such as the commanded position, the bagua, and the five elements. And I will proceed to go over that now. Uh, so with the commanded position, it says it's the spot in the room that is the farthest from the door and not in direct line with it. It mentions is it puts so it would be a diagonal to the door, diagonal to the door. Ideally, it says it should be clear. You should have a clear line of sight to the door. The commanded position is where you want to spend most of your time when you are in that room. Feng Shui guidelines suggest you determine this dominant position in the room, then place your bed, your desk, or your stove in a diagonal alignment. These three parts of the house are critical since each represents an essential part of your life. The bed stands for you, the desk is an extension of your career, and the stove represents your wealth and nourishment. So it says the Feng Shui Bagua map. So a bagua is a Feng Shui energy map superimposed on the floor plan of your home. The Chinese word bagua, and let me make sure I'm looking that word up correctly because oftentimes I may, mispronounce words. And if you begin to put certain words into the search engine, it will give you the pronunciation of that word. So let me see what that word is. Bagua. Let's see.
Bagua.
Bagua. Okay. So at Bagua is the Feng Shui energy mat superimposed again on the floor plan of the home. The Chinese word bagua translates to meaning 8 areas. Each of the 8 areas relates to a different life circumstance, such as family, wealth, or career, and each of the areas are corresponding shapes, colors, seasons, number, and earthly elements. At the center of the bagua, a ninth area is you, representing your overall wellness. So it goes over about, different schools that have feng shui that is taught within the schools, to get you a little bit more in tune with what it is all about. The easiest way to incorporate the bagua in your life is to identify one of 3 areas that needs the most attention. So to strengthen your energy or improve in those areas, you may want to incorporate feng shui suggestions in that particular area, such as family. Family represents new beginnings. So the shape will be a columnar or rectangular shape. The colors that you will want to focus on are greens, blues, and teals. The spring is the season in reference to this particular feng shui for that harmony and peace. The number is 4 and the element is the yang wood. Wealth represents abundance and prosperity. Again, the shape is rectangular. The colors are purple. The season is spring and the number is 5 and the element is the yin wood. You have the health, which is Tai Chi or Tai Chi, representing overall wellness. Okay. The shape is flat and square. The colors that you may want to focus on are brown, orange, and yellow. So the season, excuse me, transition between the seasons. Okay. The number is 5 for the health. Element is earth. Helpful people representing helpful people, benefactors, travel. You have the shape is circular or spherical. Colors are grays, metallics. The season is autumn or fall. The number is 6 and the element is the yang metal. Children, if you are needing to balance more energy in reference to children for completeness and joy, shapes are circular shapes, spherical, colors are whites and metallics. The season is autumn and the number is 7. The element is the yin metal. Okay. So before I go any further, we're going to go into yin yang. Okay. So so yin with the symbol of yin and yang, one is masculine versus one is more feminine. And if I can pull up some more information in regards to yin and yang. Okay, so in terms of yin, it represents the theory of Big Bang. Is what it has indicated here. So it represents a dynamic balance of opposing but complementary and integrated forces known as chi. So yin represents grounded earth energy, which is receptive, cool, and dark, and tied to the moon, the oceans, and the shade. It is associated with the more feminine energy. Okay, the themes of yin is contemplation, contraction, softness, stillness, and quiet. So yang, or excuse me, yin is the energy force of the feminine energy. Yang is representation of the sun. It's light, expansive, and somewhat reckless at times. The masculine energy in regards to action, expansion, growth, heat, and movement. And it just goes a little bit further as to, you know, what yin and yang are. Now it mentions that in Feng Shui, the yin yang theory is represented in Feng Shui, the art and science of placement. For far more than a home decorating scheme, Feng Shui translates to wind, water, with wind representing yang and water, yin. So wind is represented by yang, which is the masculine quality. Water is represented by yin, which is the feminine quality regarding water. Okay, and so basically both together will bring some sense of balance and promote health, wellness, and longevity. Okay, so knowledge, if you're needing to incorporate more knowledge, self-cultivation and skillfulness, you want to focus on flat shapes such as squares. Your colors are going to be dark blue. You may want to incorporate more dark blue into your environment. The season transitions between the seasons, so it'll change in between the seasons. The number is 8. The element is yang, earth. Fame represents reputation, passion, and visibility. The shapes that you may want to incorporate in regards to fame is triangle and pointy. The colors are red. Season is summer, and it mentions that, the number is 9. The element is fire. Now, if you are, looking to get balance in terms of your career, the path in your life, the shape will be wavy or curvy is what it has indicated here. The colors are black. Your season is winter. Your number is 1, and your element is water. Partnerships, if you're looking to form some alliances and some partnerships, such as marriage or self-care, your shape will be flat and square. The colors that you may want to incorporate in your environment is pink. The season transitions between season. The number is 2, and your element is yin of the earth. Okay, so it just goes a little bit more farther in terms of, the different metals that you may want to incorporate. And this is on this website. Now I'm going to proceed with another website in terms of Feng Shui, because from, previous podcasts, as well as, research that I have done in the topic of Feng Shui, if you want to bring harmony and peace into your home, you want to rearrange your furniture. Your bed has to be at a certain degree and angle within the room, because you will begin to notice that those spirits comes in your visual field in a certain location. And I begin to notice that I can see a lot of spiritual I'm able to visually see a lot of spirits out of my left side. Like out of my left side is where I begin to bring in a lot of those that information. So that could be something in reference to, memory in terms of, the brain. So I'm going to go to left hemisphere of the brain. What the left hemisphere of the brain control? Now, from my understanding, because the right controls the left side and the left controls the right side. So I may have that mixed up, but it looks like the left side of the brain has a lot to do with math, logic, speech, and rules. So this is what the left side of the brain would do. So in terms of, me, what's coming into place for what I see out of my left side, that's going to be on the right side of the brain, which has a lot to do with music, colors, emotions, and creativity. So, it also mentions about the left brain functions versus the right brain functions. So again, with the right brain functions, it's art, awareness, creativity, imagination, intuition, insight, holistic thought, music awareness, 3D forms, left hand control. The left side of the brain functions is analytical thought, logic, language, reasoning, science and math, written, number skills, right hand control. Now, so I don't want to get too off topic in regards to Feng Shui. I'm gonna go on Wikipedia and read some of the information that's listed here in regards to Feng Shui. But I do notice that um, when that's not all the time, because there's, as I've gotten older, I've noticed that a lot of that energy comes in at a certain angle. Like it's the information that I receive in terms of spirituality, even though I'm speaking on this in regards to my holistic health approach podcast. So let me stay on topic. Feng Shui, as defined, it says it's a Chinese geomancy. It says that it's pseudoscientific tradition practice originated in ancient China, which claims to use energy forces to harmonize individuals with their surrounding environment. The term Feng Shui, literally translated as wind, water in English, is taken from a passage of a book they have listed here. So it's classified as physiognomy. It discusses architecture in terms of invisible forces that bind the universe, earth, and humanity together. It goes in a little further, and let me take a look. So it says that Feng Shui was used to orient buildings, often spiritually significant structures such as tombs, also dwellings and other structures, to take advantage of natural forces to bring good fortune or success, depending on the particular style of Feng Shui being used. And site could be determined by features such as bodies of water, stars, or the compass. So I do know, when you get a little bit more deep into Feng Shui and things of that nature, astrology is something that comes into place in terms of alignment. And many of the times you'll begin to look at things on a higher scale, and you would know when God is alerting you on certain things, and people wouldn't believe it. They won't believe it. Um, so It says with the, invention of the magnetic compass, Feng Shui rely on astronomy to find correlations between humans and the universe. And it goes on to mention about, the changes of the season, how they was able to get about the changes of the season, and a lot of just the spin off of the information, because it is very extensive. A lot of the architecture and the structures in terms of blueprints for a lot of the buildings is what I'm gathering. There was a study and an art as to where you will place certain buildings in certain locations as such in terms of design. So again, it is very, very extensive. I'm not going to go too much into depth on Feng Shui, but I do know that if you begin to align things in a proper way within your home, you will notice how you can block negative energies. You can deviate from those spirits coming in, just simply by, in a sense, it's kind of like fooling the spirits by use of psychology, if you will, by use of illusions to fool the spirits, to fool the mind into directing them away from your path, particularly when you're dealing with demonic spirits and presences. So it's an illusion, if you may. And God will show you when you have grasped that understanding and that capability of seeing things on a higher scale. When certain crimes and things occur, it will be apparent as to where is it coming from. When you begin to think on things on a higher scale and you pay attention to things, God will let you know where is it coming from. Who is it coming from? The desires of the heart of who it's coming from. They can't change it if they wanted to. God will make it apparent to you in terms of danger and harm, and as such, the desires will be led to you. They will be pulled to you and led to you, and you will know exactly what that is. You will know that's what it is. There's nothing no one has to say to you. You will know it for what it is. And how they do play on the, the intellect and the mindset of a lot of these individuals, because they are demonically led. Okay. So that is, and I said I was going to talk on Feng Shui in terms of holistic health. I don't want to confuse the two, because sometimes I get myself discombobulated and I'm talking on one topic to the next. But Feng Shui, I feel as though it is good in terms of bringing harmony, peace, and serenity into your home. And oftentimes, if you're in an environment where there's a lot of chaos, disorder, and it seems as though the morale has, came across, or there's a dark cloud or whatever, begin to incorporate more light into your life, change the color schemes, put more brighter colors in, bring in some softer music, and rearrange your, or the positioning of the furniture in there, and see if they're bringing some positive flow, and to deviate and eliminate from a lot of those dark forces in that mood, that's negative mood that's coming into place. Okay. So I am going to close out this podcast for today. And I thank you for tuning in. You have a safe and wonderful day. Good day.